Hello and welcome back to Pipi Chongloy Talkshow. Kiholim pidinga kahindelan special guest ti ahile zaumta pu Lien Gangte from Canada amahi electrical engineer ahiin talkshow alim na kahine.
Thank you, Pipi. Kakipa nin invite na nin ko do na tu tempat kasi kampam saying nin invite to kakipa bese titu nin pan masa ingi.
Okay. So when I say Canada, people will be like, why, how, iti Canada o mahay ati di ahiin na. Please tell us about yourself and the way you relocate to Canada.
Ahile titu tu iga say na ding ahile eho lang no emite zondan ngai na atu kanule kapa tu tempat hal zakat ga say lang na kanu tu Mangpinieng Gangte hin ama tu Sitlhou te ni hin hi banga kapa Paotinlal Gangte ya na tu kanu tu 2021 COVID chung changa tu COVID a ho lai ta tu ana bein na ama tu phaya tu ka imun wa ki vui de na hin ja tu kapa tu ayong tam khat patin nung sen adam na line tu ki family background hal ta ga asai no hin na yung ki ho yung tu uchali la apna anyo pen ka hin ahi wang chen tu hi patin lung sen na kyong ka khama family neo khat dong tanin tu hi Vancouver British Columbia Canada at yang ka hin na say bang ba tu by education I'm an electrical engineer but tu hi katilbol na hi le industrial automation na software engineering lang timak bol so na electrical tu tham kha ki man na tu to hi wang tu director at electrical hi hel be se lo na tu hi tin tikal ba long sa adang ep introduction na si ti be se ong tu kani hel ha na hi wang tu kaga agyal lo khama tu ki yong namta North American Manipur Tribal Association founding member kan hin na chahi kho kong ki lo now kong ki pu do now chu mi tarik thum ningkuma 2023 mi tarik thum Manipur hongboi na emite CC hongboi na chungchang apana chu as a response to that we were formed and to hi USA isopi ulena ho CC to kipang khoma Canada dong chu ki put do hin na so right now I'm serving as the president of NAMTA Canada and bana too I'm also an active member of the Global Citizens for Kukizo collective and Jatu we're also concerned citizens around the globe for the atrocities and iha sa now kisu boy now na it's chung changa chu EPP kitopi na EPP ball thi umam ti chu ki ve a ki ball hin ti group ma chu kapang ni.
Thanks for the introduction, Helen. Nain say na Global Citizens for Cookies o ti group ma kay zong nihin anin so pi ulenaw kinepi tata gampa ma hon panate thia pan nihin la zalwa tuning chana galetol hi hong machal zing ahin tunung tu banting yung zong le pan hin la zing dingin kahinti mo ve Nangzong, you have been an ardent supporter of our people na nasatapan nahin lain sumlepay nahin to ho tingle lunggel nahin say na ho zong chu kahin kipapiin kumkhat ho hung chitan galetol ihin sat now gal ihin to now hizia chu inam sunguwa hi ipipen hi ilha sam now hamti nang namudo ilole nang ma ngai dol hin say la chun kadese
Di bang tu ki sei pan ki le tom sa na ong sei thei na ai bang tu sei chai lo ai ong tu sei yeng thei thei to win na ai bang tu ki ga sei thei da na tu e ho a hi e mi te ku ki cha te ki le to ai I hat now tama tam hin na ai bang tu I hat mo now tama tam hin ti tu to anan na sei bang tu I think challenges tu ki sei le na Kiga Gialan Zakhana Bantu I see it as two sides of the same coin now, because the thing that makes us strong is also sometimes it can be our weakness. And I think from my perspective, I want to open and transparent discussion in ADU too. I think this is one of our biggest challenges. Now, it's a small community he now he ikilung si tu no jong asang le in na iki het now asang le in to a chu Manipura chiang hi jong le Nagaland chiang hi jong le Assam chiang hi jong le Huilanga chiang hi jong le iga temkhat iga akhul ikimat now na umzel yeng in na. So that shows us we're one people wherever we are. Na. But at the same time, the downside to that, kiga gyala na too. Ikhatom now, ibol now, ikimel who team. I think we're too good at covering our own weaknesses, which I think and moving forward, we need to have a more open and transparent discussion and be open to criticism as well. No, I think this is one of the areas that I feel is very, very important and very critical in moving forward. No, I know you're just giving me the first questions, but I'll also just throw open to like some of the supposedly controversial things. No, because I think I was very publicly part of the petition calling for our two cabinet ministers, Pinamsa and Pulet Pao, to resign, for example. Which without adang tugil kihasi bese hi jong le. There was a very strong backlash or like pushback, let's say. Now, even though alungwa agiel wang to critique ibol now to nom to ahi wang to pongta tu ga say to kit lo na. So it's almost like that's one thing, and also there's tua yong to election not in a line, tua yong to boycott ball nom. Nota ball no vote hanom na, especially in the Manipur context, maybe Nagaland to Assam lang to umzet mai thi na ai ba nga to lang ayong to he yung ki ho na ting sule. It's not done, I don't think, in an open enough and transparent enough manner na jo si yung to kipat pat na to kan say pat jing hi
direct shoot na. Our society needs someone like you. Ahin ko pumpi alung tim pumpia gamle nam zatle nam dinga pang nahiin kahin ki papi le zenge patenin patene bu hen lang na chi na thep na nei na go na sum le pai ho zo se na hin to ho hi ni kha teng le patenin azat som azat za hin le thu ki ding ka kineme tu peta igal sa nu hi ive na hi le him le thal keu se helawa India mi e ho zong India ai ichen na wa hi ichen khom pi mi te hin India ho hin lamdi lowa hin khomang te lole aya kisalelte hilole mi gamle go lapia adi lo ta cheng tin a sevin ahin la e ho chu ipu ipate gamle go lamdo sa cheng e hiwin ahia chu mi hon e ho e vet na to e ho hindan hi ki banglo ahin hi ze chu eche Indian citizens ti taute India mi ho vet dinga hi e ho hi iti hi now hi ikisei lap so diu ham ti zong nanga ko na het nom ome
he titu na Kisanga het him no mi tam to wintin na ai wa chu ki het khama chu pitai tham khat ho group ma chu WhatsApp group ma chu mi kan ki ho pi na kha jong omen ta chu to na ta ba chat la ki bol ji na. So there was a discussion where the pen is mightier than the sword tina ta bang khat na. We had a discussion. And somebody, and this is somebody senior to me, and I respect their opinions very much. But somebody in jest also said, but that quote was written before automatic weapons and sophisticated war weapons. So, and the reason I'm mentioning this and what you beautifully framed in the question, a powerful he na dan chuna ti context a chu kan sei go he so in response to the person who was saying that, I said, oh, that's very true. Nah. But the most powerful weapon known to humans today, the nuclear weapons, the atom bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, was only done after somebody signed a small sheet of paper saying that it's okay, go and drop it. Nah. So you tell me which one is more mighty. Nah, okay, we have all kinds of automatic weapons, but those are only authorized to be used when somebody signs a little signature.
Yeah, that's very true.
Say no na to Jimana to Ibol Josio to Lehai Sutmana to memorandum is Sutmana to till long to Mohiti till a boy. No, so that I totally understand the point that's being made. But I think I think to me it's a continuation of the first question and my response to that. Now, to whether we like it or not, we are a small community. Now, in especially within the context of India, India sunga to me billion wala 1.5 China te population bit na. In that context, Manipur se tu hite. So aim ho si a bonza lazy na si kikipun komjong we're not even 1%. No, so we're a small tiny fraction. And the reason why I say that is it's a situation the hope that I have for our people is primarily based on simple ethics and honest, like principled positions. Nah. So in the Indian context, we are not in a position to play the number game. The demographics just does not support that. Nah. Politics ball no EP ball no. So I think the question you asked me, whether it's social media or whatever narrative building that we have to have a clear stance. No, we have to have a principled, clear position on why we're doing something and what is the purpose and the reasons behind it. No, we're not in a position to play a Machiavellian role, langkat jong balding, and just the English saying, like you cannot have your cake and eat it too. No, you cannot be you cannot play both sides. No, because once we have those clear principles, no, then any social media that we have, whether it's appealing to mainland Indian te gamchuma midang or jang ho zo se yong to ikiho pi ting sile appeal ipo ting sile ipan mun chu ki chin ta ting sile min jong a support nom le a support chin te na chu ti lo wa chu duha bol le tamang bep se wa yum le min a pan pi jong le mi a pan pi ho ding a ki chin lo tam ta ki mai te na yeah to I think this I want to say that is kind of one thing builds on top of the other. Na to whether it's on X, Twitter, or Facebook, or whatever else. Now, in different media circles, even in the mainstream media, I think we can build on that. Na to apipe na to you can see.
Kakipae Helen katudo katleni ho may taan ni hindon pudzia. I really appreciate your sense of humor and your presence of mind because questioner to nilama sabo jo kahin thought ahin to say team taan ahin na to say ho yung jungay nom aumin at say na pena kahin tudo nom jo ahile ehon tua igal sanu hi gal izotawe zingle gal izotiu hi tiju amavalin senga mahipon ahin la igal sadanu hi ivet nele lunglein ta kinga gal isanu gal zote te dinga ipan la danu hi akimo in hizi achu bangphat pi in ehon gal zona hi ne teleuhen isopiu Chin state Burma umhozong tua hi agal sa jing laiwa umhozong gal zona hi amanol hi azengovin aya chu umhozong gal hinzo teleo nang mangai dola. Do you think there ever could be a possibility of the Chin state of Burma merging with the Indian Union? in your personal opinion ho to ama ho so pi ho chu kicheng khom thein te tiana ngai to azi chu geographical landscape ko iga vena hele ichen now hi ki matabang a hi in hi zong le ama ho chu country chom Burma hivin ain la ama ho hin India to allies helole India hi India mi hi nom na helole hi theina possibility ti ho zong danin akimun hi ze achu isopi ho ko to ichen home thading din muna namu zengam China ding in nang malung gel hin selechun kadai se.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very, very interesting question you've asked. Now, so just to put out a disclaimer first before I say anything. So, ipipiham ni kumapanao to kidi idi to Khalistani he Lloyd Lloyd that umkire
Okay.
So not that I'm bothered very much. I know where I stand. I know, like I'm very clear on what the truth and reality is. So I mean I'm not very bothered in that sense. Na to iga say things I think I'm not a geopolitical expert or anything. To whatever I say is just out of personal perspective. Jilang don says anything. Because I think even before we think that far ahead, I think there's so much we can do within ourselves. To aim it India sungyong katinom hi lai tu ta chen Manipur sungjing ayong hi eho ibol di ito di ikhoi di gigol jing ha na ja tu gamchum chuma iumyong chu na ki homat khom na ki lungtu na pan khom na yong chu angai mama jing in hikatina tu ang chu Manipur hongboi mana chu Nagalena umho yong chu ada chum hela chu bui jing hikati gal zam hong chu na ki sanga on hon he zo di hia mi na ki thu pi naw mi na ho sa naw chu kun hai dham kati na chu chu hui lang hile Assam lang hile Delhi lang hile hui lang hile ki the naw zo si chu mi khat zat khat hi naw chu nobody forgets na chu Mizoram te hizong le hui lang hizong le but I think the first thing I want to say is eho sunga tempat ki het team tu na ngain ting sile tilanga cho kisile and especially if India continues its democratic promise tilong chu chin lang te kolam te in India sunga su bediti yong chu like it's a very aspirational vision na kisanga chu hezo ating zo team long chu tam ta to win chikala yong chu ha si be se yong chu kani khel hin na so I think that vision, that clarity is very much necessary. To be very frank and open, you probably already know this, but BJP te lamkai na India sarkar ki CM hi jivang hi hungkai kit leo. I'm very I don't have a great hope. Na jisunga hi EP mite di EP hin mu di ham EP not just for us but for the whole country. I am very deeply concerned in that sense. Na chituzo to ikisele it's quite troubling. Na to EP hong ti di ham that we have to consider that. Na and at the same time Burma lang long to a boy that went to our news ang to okisa ding in na ai ba nga to ho hunta gal sat ho ikhat lang ho PDF lang te a ha che tu no kisa in na chong to I think it's a very worthy question to be taught na but I think this is very much of a internal challenge for our people chilang ki say le chong to tempat if you allow me I'll just expand a little bit more on that from whatever I know na and kaher kil na kasi wal na umjong le na ngai da mun lang I'm sure people will also try to correct me in the comments. So I very much welcome that as well, and I'm happy to be wherever I'm wrong, I'm happy to be corrected. Na,
Mm.
eh mga tu in ko teo la Mizoram umte hizong le, Chin lama umte hizong le.
Mm.
I think they've gone through significant reforms in their society. Na,
Mm.
sat ki hizong le, they have in a way democratized their society significantly. Na, especially Manipur to house ki puna alive here. Na, so we have so in that way, I think it's very positive. Na, because it'll be like a huge amount of pressure, positive pressure to reform ourselves and catch up to the 21st century. Na. So I think so in a way, I think that can be a whole debate. No, that can be an ongoing series of debates. No, so hasi valdam thing. No, I don't going. Oh,
Thank you so much. So,
of course.
concluding remark na talk show kum kana di nga hi ka viewers so ipiana tutla no ma'am.
Tulha na bang tu kaya kita mga to say team bese dong kay helpo na ay bang ini ni ho na anang ayo si kipana tu kan pong kinin na si bang amy cha te ho si lung tu ta ipan khom thi chan pang khom hutin tham khat lung lin hutin na ha sat na ita mga again thin na kitu jong le thakna ki lung tu ipan khom ting le aji umintin na down to even if there is a vacuum in the centralized leadership, let's not lose hope. We are a very powerful, decentralized community. We are very hard-headed and we are very strong-willed. And ihat now to pomotin na Lien Gangte lung lin tan pang ling ti tin lung si nen na long yen ti tu now to hung tang tin tham khat van gam hi dong le li si na ong si tham khat I chan ding do le chi chan phat hung nan ti ti na khat kan si
Not to forget that our forefathers fought the mighty Britishers, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Helen. See you sometime soon.
Thank you, Pipi.
I'll convey my warm regards to your family.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.